Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. Today we're going to be talking about how to germinate apple seeds, so stay tuned. Before we get into how to germinate an apple seed, which is pretty straightforward, I want to talk about why I think it's important that we actually do this. Most people are going to tell you that you shouldn't do this because you're not going to end up with the same type of apple that you got the seed from. This is a Granny Smith apple. If I took a seed from this and grew a tree, it's not going to be a Granny Smith apple with almost 100% certainty. However, I think it's important because you could end up with a really awesome apple that nobody's ever seen before, and it could taste really good. You could also, on the other hand, end up with a tree that doesn't taste good, but you got the experience of doing it. And let's get real, if we're growing things from seed, it's because we're kind of bored with everything that's already around. It's easy for me to go online and order a red delicious apple tree. It's way harder to grow something from seed and end up with something awesome and be patient while waiting for it. And that's something that's very rare in the plant community. So that's why I think it's important to do this. So let's go ahead and get into this. There's a couple of ways that we could go about doing this, but the way that I go about doing it is the way I go about doing most of my seeds, which is using the paper towel method. All we're going to need for this is whatever apple you have, a knife to cut the apple open with and get the seeds out, a moistened paper towel, and just a little Ziploc bag. First thing we're going to need to do is just cut the apple right in half. And then cut them into fourths. And we can already see the seeds in there. If you guys want to, you can cut these out like that. And there you have it. We got a couple of little good-looking seeds. And go ahead and do that with all the pieces of the apple until you have all the seeds. Once you have all the seeds out, which, believe it or not, this apple only had 2 seeds in it. Lots of apples are going to have different numbers of seeds, completely normal. Just take what you can get, and you're just simply going to place them on the moist paper towel, fold it up, place it into our baggie. And if you have multiple seeds going at once from different trees, different apples, and you want to keep track of it better, you can write on the bag which apple it was and the date that you started germinating the seeds. All that we're going to do with this bag is put it in the drawer of the fridge for about 6 weeks. And this is a very important step, like I said earlier, because these apple seeds need to go through a dormancy period. And after that, all you're going to do is take them out, put them in some potting soil, and they should sprout up for you, no problem. And remember guys, it can take a little while for these apple seeds to sprout, but if you're interested and you want to see me do the rest of this process, check out our other videos, which we're going to do when these seeds are ready. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys.